Do you still dare to drink sugary drinks like crazy? A 17-year-old girl drank nothing but beverages for years and ended up in the ICU. When doctors drew her blood for testing, they were shocked to find it had turned pink. The blood was so thick, it was clotting immediately after being drawn. They had to take samples from different parts of her body, and each time, the blood was abnormally thick. But what stunned the doctors even more was that after 3 rounds of blood filtration, they removed 8,000 milliliters of pure fat from her bloodstream. This all started with an emergency room visit. Late one night, a man rushed in carrying his daughter. After a quick examination, doctors found her blood pressure dangerously low, 80/40 millimeters of mercury. For a healthy person, blood pressure shouldn't drop below 90/60. Anything lower puts you in shock, and that means life is at risk. The man explained that his daughter was 17, a high school senior. 2 days earlier, she had eaten some leftover fermented rice cake. Soon after, she felt sick, nausea, vomiting, stomach pain. Thinking it was just food poisoning, she took some medicine and went to bed early. Despite the pain, she insisted on going to school the next day. She didn't want to fall behind. But shortly after arriving, the pain became unbearable. She was shaking all over. Her father got a call from her teacher and immediately took her to a local clinic. The doctors suspected acute gastroenteritis from spoiled food and put her on an IV. But after 2 days, her condition only worsened. Seeing his daughter in agony, her father realized they couldn't wait any longer. He rushed her to the emergency room. After hearing her history, the doctors ordered an abdominal CT scan. When the results came back, their faces turned grim. This wasn't gastroenteritis, it was something far worse. The scan showed massive fluid buildup in her abdomen and pelvis, along with swelling. The diagnosis? Acute pancreatitis. While treatable, if not controlled quickly, it can be deadly. Since she was already in shock, they rushed her to the ICU. Her father was devastated. His daughter had always been healthy. How could this happen? But the worst was yet to come. In the ICU, doctors stabilized her with IV fluids and ran more tests. When they checked her blood sugar, the machine couldn't even give a reading. It was off the charts. They immediately gave her insulin. Then, when they drew more blood for testing, they were horrified to see it was still pink and thick. After half an hour of testing, her blood sugar came back at 29.89 millimoles per liter. Normally, anything above 11.1 while fasting indicates diabetes. When doctors asked if she had diabetes, her father said no. Could the tests be wrong? Then the blood work revealed another shock. Her uric acid levels were 4+, and ketones were high. With her blood sugar so extreme and her in a coma, the diagnosis was clear: diabetic ketoacidosis, a life-threatening complication. The fat in her blood was over 10 times the normal limit, turning it pink. The doctors were alarmed. She had undiagnosed diabetes and severe hyperlipidemia, which led to pancreatitis, then ketoacidosis. Any one of these could be fatal. They called in specialists for an emergency meeting. The only solution was plasmapheresis, filtering her blood outside her body and returning it clean. When they explained the risks to her father, he broke down. He and his wife had worked hard to build a life in the city, but his wife had suffered a stroke and was now bedridden. Now his daughter was fighting for her life. He was ready to sell their home to save her. The treatment was grueling. The first attempt failed because her blood was too thick. They had to dilute it with 2,000 milliliters of plasma. What came out looked like liquid lard. After 3 days and 3 full blood filtrations, they removed 8,000 milliliters of fat. Finally, her blood returned to normal and she woke up. When she learned what happened, she was terrified. Doctors reassured her and taught her about diabetes management. She recovered and was moved to a regular ward. But how did a 17-year-old develop such severe diabetes? It turned out her mother had diabetes and high blood pressure. It ran in the family. But genetics alone wouldn't have caused this so young. The real culprit? Her diet. Her father was busy with work, so she often ate takeout or fast food near school, fried chicken multiple times a month, endless sodas, even milk and other sugary drinks instead of water. A year earlier, She had started showing classic diabetes symptoms: excessive thirst, frequent urination, weight loss, but she didn't realize what it meant. By the time she collapsed, her body was in crisis. So here's the lesson. Even if you're healthy, drinking sugary beverages like water will destroy your body. Drink water, not soda. Don't wait until it's too late to change. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with your friends and family. Thanks a bunch.